All right, we're back with more Magi Nation. Ow, it's a little bit loud. All right, we got stuff to discuss as we fumble and bumble our way through the third tower once again. Um, so I've got a couple articles of discussion for this evening, and they're a bit silly. I don't know. Well, the first one's not. Um, I kind of had a thought brewing this last week in my brain whole. That there's this concept, this cultural phenomenon. That I'm kind of realizing it's coming into light, and I'm calling it the can't wait to see syndrome. And oh boy, I really forgot what we're doing here. It kind of goes like this. Right now, in the mid 2020s, which is where we're at now, next year's gonna be 2025. We have a lot of things from the 2010s being rediscovered, right? A lot of video games from that era are finding new appreciation. What else am I thinking? Oh god, there's two of them. That's terrible. I should have thrown out Permalak first. Fuck. Brambley Boo, go. So, a lot of games from the Xbox 360 to early Xbox One, PS3 to PS4. Oh my god, okay, fuck my ass. Hold on a second. I thought I had a lot more fucking battery than that. Shit. Okay. Alright, crisis averted. Now we're just gonna cook my computer. Oh, you resituate. There we go. Okay. Anyway, so a lot of games have been a new appreciation from the PS2, PS3, very early PS4 era. Media is getting rediscovered, all this kind of stuff. And it's like none of this stuff when it was coming out was necessarily forgotten, right? None of this is like lost media or hidden gems or anything like that. A lot of it was pretty successful. A lot of it was pretty well publicized, all that stuff. But I think more or less, the thing that happened is we kind of hit the wait and see syndrome. And what I mean by that is the general audiences of these things enjoyed them, and then they would say to themselves, boy, I can't wait to see what happens next, or I can't wait for the next installment, right? And we kept waiting, and we kept waiting, and the 2010s turned into the 20-teens, turned into the 2020s, and we're kind of hitting this point of media stagnation, where like you can't really tell. It's getting harder to tell between two generations of games, graphics-wise, right? It's generally considered that writing in games is becoming poorer. The proliferation of AI is ensuring that a level of schlock in all this crap is just a constant, Um, hey. There's been a kind of almost, oh, thank God. Not a degradation yet, but I believe we're kind of beginning to get to that point of where things are beginning to start looking less and less good. One of the big ones I think I've seen. Oh, what the fuck game was that? I think it was the Final Fantasy X remake. looks the HD remake ends up looking worse than the original. It's like a lot of these HD remakes are ending up looking worse than the originals, that kind of thing. And I know that was also a problem back when like they remade Metal Gear Solid 2 and all that crap, but so instead of like having new things to play and to enjoy, we're going back and looking for old stuff, and we find a lot of this old stuff that was pretty good. Like Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery is getting a new appreciation, a new lease on life. Um, Not for the reason that uh, it wasn't good back in the early 2000s. It was just like people doing the whole wait and see thing, where we were hoping that something new would come along next, and all that stuff, and all that jazz. I think it really impacted the most. A lot of smaller freelance artists and websites who are kind of like really banking on that success, like of taking off. Um, like Fred Gallagher in Mega Tokyo is a really good example. He's been um, making his comics since 2001, I think it was, and he was once super popular, and then um, he had a big viewership, and he was able to support himself on his art, and then uh, that slowly started fading away, and then he had a lot of real life issues that he had to take care of, and he ended up having to, take another job just to make ends meet, and that sucks, But it was, again, I feel like his audience kind of hit the wait and see phase because we were just absolutely spoiled for the sheer amount of webcomics available on the internet to go over, to watch, or to read. Um, and we kept saying, okay, I want to see what's next. I want to see what the next guy does. I want to wait and see what happens next. And after a certain point, we just kind of uh, we ran out of stuff, we ran out of things that were new. Um, and it's becoming more apparent. Like, it just kind of occurred to me this is actually a thing that's happening recently, I kind of always kind of had this vibe that I really couldn't pin down because it's not nostalgia, because a lot of the stuff people are like advocating are things that like either they didn't know about and they just discovered, or um, it was something that they had like briefly interacted with, but then kind of like fell off and forgot. It was like there was no nostalgia here because that was never really part of their lives. Um, just by virtue of like they know better. Um, so yeah, that's the wait and see, or the wait to see. So I can't really figure out which one I'm going for here. But if you kind of encounter that shit, like give some more examples of like the can't wait to see syndrome, because it's a tragic thing in my opinion. Like like it really is sad uh, how like how optimistic the 2000s were, and it's kind of weird saying that like growing up in them, because like if you lived in like from 2003 to 2007, like you're gonna remember a lot of that time sucking. Like there were wars, there was terrorism, uh, there was stifling societal norms, there was recessions, there was inflation. It was just generally everything kind of seemed like it stank. And then but there was such optimism when it came to like where technology was going, where like creators could do all these things. Like again, fucking um, It's a Hard Life, the web comic, the Nuzlocke comic. I love so much. I talk about incessantly. Um, it isn't like that should have been like the standard, in my opinion, of like what a Nuzlocke comic should be. But a lot of it was, maybe the audience for that there was like, okay, this was good, but let's see what the next one does. Let's see what the next talent can do. And it may have taken. I think they finally finished that in like 2020, something to that effect. Um, but it was a lot of like when it was hot, when it was new, when it was like uh, able to be really appreciated at the full scale of the audience was already beginning to turn their attention to something new. We were always looking forward, ready for the next thing. All the ROM hacks that had come out back in the day. It's like, oh, we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna wait and see what the next one does. But we're hitting this point where there's nothing, like we're out of next ones. Um, I think I'm kind of repeating myself and I'm going a loop, but you know what I mean. Who just leveled up? Oh, probably. Okay. No one's just ever going to learn a new ability, it seems like. I think we're trying to hit this one. I wouldn't fuck that up. I think I fucked that up. How do we set this up? I have to go back. I don't know. Yeah, I did. Shit. So that was the first thing I had. Next thing. Weird shit. Um, boy, this is gonna be a fucking weird one. All right. It's shovels. Um, this is gonna be like the absolute most unnecessary, weird hot take you've ever heard on the fucking planet. Um, my soft lock. I might have to leave. But I don't think like I kind of liken shovels to being like the katana of the tool world, like the hand tool world. Um, they are heavily overrepresented in shit. Where all my frames go? Heavily overrepresented in media. Um, I'm just gonna let this pan out. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now. Major frame dips going on here. Just let it work its way out, I guess. I don't know. Oh, it's fucking bad. Jesus Christ. Okay, back up to 22, 23, 30. Crap. 21. I don't know what's going on tonight. Like, even, like, it's definitely computer. Like, BGB is even running slow. It's supposed to be at 60, it's at 55 frames right now. Back down to 8. Ooh, maybe I should not stream tonight. This is shit. This is shitty. I don't like it. Okay, let's finish my thought first before I go anywhere else. Oh Christ, what the fuck is going on? I think my Windows Explorer is fucking up. Let's see what Task Manager has to say about this. Ooh, God, what the fuck? And the culprit is phoning. Phone. Now you can add Fast funk. That for desktop Windows Manager. Yeah, I think it's Windows Manager is fucking itself really hard. Audio graph. What the hell is this? Windows audio device graph something. Just gonna. Oh, I think it did. Well, that fixed that. Check, 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 check. Ooh, what the fuck did it do? Oh, what the fuck did it do? I think it killed my, That was it, yeah, we're back up to 30, but what the fuck did it do? Well, how the fuck do I fix that? Oh no, what have I done? Um, how sounds? I mean, it says my microphone's still working. I don't know. You might just have to go muted for the rest of the night. I don't know. That don't just be it all. Can't just have one nice stream. Can't ever just be one thing. I mean, I think the frame rate looks. Oh no, now down 16. Well, that's because I opened up the thing. Yeah, thank you. I don't need to search self-help issues. Just turn my audio back on, please. Maybe I have to do with this. This is fun. Maybe BGB. Okay, that fixed it. I guess. And things are looking alright. Okay. Okay, let's get back to what I was discussing, is shovels. Shovels are the katana of hand tools. They are overrepresented in media for what they're supposed to do. They don't do their job very well, and when you say to people, hey, I need to dig something, their first instance of thinking up is a shovel, right? So you probably think, oh, okay, Fang, what the fuck are you on about here, man? Okay. I need you to really seriously ask yourself, have you ever needed to really dig a hole? I mean, not make a garden bed or clean up some sod or something. I mean, like, really, really dig a hole, right? Um, and the vast majority of people are probably going to say no. Like, you've not spent several hours of the day in a uh, in a ditch, filling in holes or making more ditches or trenches, something like that. Most people don't do that kind of thing, right? Um, when you really need to like dig dirt, all right, and I mean like you've got a lot of dirt to move, you've got a lot of work to do. I've found a shovel is not the best tool for that. Instead, what you really want is almost like a mattock. If you know what that is, a mattock is a tool almost like a pickaxe, but on the other side it's got a hoe-like blade where it's flat and perpendicular to the shaft of the handle and not parallel to it, right? Um, and that's the best way to dig something because with a shovel, and this is where you can kind of tell when people don't really know exactly like the fucking cold hard facts of having to dig lots of holes and shit. Um, Shovels are not really well designed or well built, um, and the current idea of what a shovel is just kind of again building off that uh that misconception of what it actually is. Like if you've ever actually tried to dig a hole, I mean really dig a big hole, like an 8 by 10 by 4 hole or some shit like that, you know. A decent sized project where you're gonna be doing it for most of the day, if not several days. Um and you go and get your shovel and you start trying to dig into the dirt, you're going to notice right off the bat several things. Number one, you can't get it that far into the dirt because of several things. Like the blade's too wide, the blade's not short enough. Um, when you try and put your boot on the back of the actual blade, uh, the metal is usually way too thin. There's not enough of a foothold, so you either have an issue with leverage or you literally can't dig it in any further. Um, if you do try and dig it any further, if there's anything like a rock or roots or some slightly hard clay, um, you are not going to be able to dig very deep at all because you cannot move that piece until like you literally have to work around it and then pull it up, right? Um, and then let's say you do get a decent sized mound of dirt ready to lift it out. Um, for every pound of dirt that's like you've got on the end of your shovel, you now have to leverage out um, from a long like a decently long like 3 or 4 feet that you now have to pick up and move. And the further out, like any amount of weight can exponentially increase, uh, or it's going to feel a lot heavier to you just by virtue of being further away. The closer something is to your body, the easier it is to lift. The further it is out, the harder it is it gets. That's generally the physics concept there. So a shovel, you've got like 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds of dirt on the end of your shovel. It's going to get harder and harder to pick it up and throw it out because it's too far away from you, because the shaft is too long, right? Compare that to a mattock or a pick or anything like that, and uh, you've got uh, you've got angular momentum or whatever that term is, where you're swinging down, you hit the dirt, you've got a nice long pick that just cleaves into that dirt and breaks it up. And now you can actually pull the dirt away, and then using the kind of hoe side, you can just scoop it and toss it. You know, there's no picking it up and lifting it out. You just scoop and toss, you know. It's a lot more intensive on your arms, but I'm honestly like, that's a lot better because it just makes the job go that much faster. Um, and like where I live, there's like an absolute shit ton of red clay, and it's always really wet because we always have a lot of rain. And trying to dig with a shovel in that crap is absolutely fucking impossible Um, because you can just only chunk little itty bits of clay out at a time, and then once you get a whole bunch out, it's a lot heavier than the regular dirt. So that's my massive spiel. Like, if you ever want to do any sort of like manual labor based digging of any sort of kind, you should go get a mattock or a pickaxe. Those are the two best ways to actually clear dirt out. They break up sod, they break up mud, they break up rocks and clay very easily. Very easy to drag out. Well, you don't really have to, like, you're not going to worry about a whole bunch of weight because it's all in small pieces anyway, you know. And if anything you actually need to grab, just grab it, you know. Just use your hand and throw it out. It can actually bust up rocks, which a shovel can't do either. And then you're not busting your back, and you're like straining your lower back, trying to lift a lot of basically inconsequential weight. But because it's so far away from your the center of gravity, it like makes it that much heavier and that much more cumbersome. You know, never mind trying to do that within like a slightly deep hole, like 2 or 3 feet into the ground, and you're suddenly having to contend with like the whole shaft of your fucking shovel fighting against you, you know, just trying to move around. So like a smaller, shorter tool is a lot more easy to use in that tight confined space. I would say if you can find a like either an e-tool or an entrenching tool is what it's called in the military, or like a folding shovel, basically is what it is. It's a fucking folding shovel. A lot of places make knockoff ones that's stupid cheap. They usually fold up into a pretty small portable size. And the best part is, if you really want to use it as a mattock or a pick, they usually have a pick on the other end that you can extend out. And then you can actually turn the shovel blade so that it's facing 90 degrees, and you can use it as a hoe blade instead, which is a lot better for actually breaking up dirt and moving it. So that's my whole big fucking spiel on shovels. And I say all this because I had to spend 2 fucking hours today digging up a water line that I'd already thought was functional. I'm not in the game fucking window again. That I thought was good, and it turned out it wasn't, and we had to dig in the fucking dirt to find the damn thing again. And I went from using a shovel to going to getting a folding shovel and turning it into a pick and doing it that way. So yeah, that's what it is. Excuse me. That's what I'm doing here. So I'm really tired. Fucking hate shrieks, whatever. Let's talk a little bit last week too. Oh fuck, he killed himself. Whoops. I didn't realize Palmer likes actually finding things. So last week I wasn't able to stream on the weekend or the weekdays because I was in a lot of fucking shit. You know what? We're leaving. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave. We're gonna spend that fucking money, and we're going to we're going. Sorry, fucking Vinny. The fuck. I was up north. We traveled. We went to go see family. Came back down. The night we got back in town, we had a fucking EF1 tornado, which It's a decent enough tornado to actually earn a rating. Meaning it actually did some damage. Um, EF1's not the biggest on the planet, but we had that hit my town. Um, did a whole bunch of wind damage, knocked a whole bunch of shit down. Apparently, we're out of my wireless was off for most of the next day. We lost power a couple times, so streaming that night was not going to happen. Then I had to wait for the power to come back on, and then for the cable company to get out and unfuck internet. So I just kind of said, "Fuck it, not gonna do streams." I don't remember if I said it. I had plans. So like I've been doing for quite a while. It's just been one game every day for 4 days, over and over until the game is done, and then we move on to the next game. And I'm gonna flip that up a little bit, and we're gonna go with a different game every day for a little bit, just because I want to play other things. So like Star Beast, I just started Star Beast again because the new update was out. That was really interesting. And I'd love to do another Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough, and I want to play some Balatro, and I'd love to do more Team Fortress 2 and try and get the fucking the stream working again. I can actually stream it at like a decent frame rate. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. That means we're probably not going to get through all like 7 or 8, whatever fucking goal I set myself of all the summer games because we're already into August and we're still on Magi Nation. But yeah, we're just kind of got a lot of like. I wish I had more fucking time to stream. That's what I really wish I had. Because there's so much stuff I want to do. Like even now, like I'm finding other ROM hacks I want to play through because they look fun, or I just want to play like some goddamn like some old SNES games or N64 games that I found that look interesting. Like it keeps going over and over like that. It's like I set an obligation for myself, and I know no one gives a fucking shit because barely anyone's watching this crap. But regardless, it's like I set like a goal, and then I immediately get distracted and want to do something else. It's fucking hilarious how that keeps happening. What is this thing? God, what are you fucking even spending my money on? Actually, we're not going to. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fucking use these up. And then we're gonna go buy more. And by buy more, I mean we buy one of each, because that's all I could afford to lose. Fuck it. Oh, I'm sorry, we're out. There we go, let's buy some remedy drinks. Never use those fucking things, but hey. Get rid of half the money I've got. Kind of weird that having too much money is an issue with this game. You don't see that often happen often. Jesus Christ. It's only been a half hour. It's a fucking roller coaster ride already. My God. God bless America. Oh, more things. Okay, so spooky season this year. for Spooktober is probably not going to be just Castlevania games, unlike the usual. We do still have a ton of. There's so much fucking Castlevania I want to do. Like I want to do the fucking Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow fucking ROM hacks and the randomizers, and I want to do the. I want to do Richter playthroughs of Rondo Blood and Something at Night, and I want to play through Dracula X. You know, there's so much shit I want to do. Again, if only I had more time to stream, I would love to do more things. I just had more fucking time, but I don't. So, in addition to that, we have yet another fucking Pokemon ROM hack from another associate of mine, from the ROM hack Discord, who wants some playtesters, called Pokemon October, and we're gonna do it in October because it's an October game, I guess. I don't necessarily know if it's a spooky game. You know, I need to ask again so I know what I'm getting into. But if it's not a spooky game, then I'm probably going to change up the vibe, and it's not going to necessarily be under a Spooktober handle. It's just going to be, you know, October. You know, because I like the idea of an autumn game. And then, in addition to that, I've taken a fascination to the Strange Town or Anthology of the Killer games on Game Jolt. I saw Vinny play through the first couple, and I really liked them. They're pretty short games. I believe I should be able to get through them all in a single sitting, like a single. What's that called? Single session, single stream, I guess. They're pretty spooky. They're pretty cool. I think they would set the. It would fit the mood pretty good. And then for December, and more specifically the typical New Year's Eve ROM hack showcase, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with that. The big fucking news of romhack.net basically shuttering and no longer serving its function as a host of ROM hacks and translations. That was my main source of shit, you know. And I've got a few guys who are making Pokemon ones, but I'm not really seeing much else right now. So, not really sure if that's going to continue after this year. This may be it, you know. Really a sad thing. And then I'm tossing around this idea, and I would like some input on it. Oh god, it's more. Burger Man, here to dance. So here's my zany fucking thought. Where next year, Christmas Eve is going to be like one of the last streams. You know, that kind of thing. After that, I basically take the year off. The whole year. And I focus solely on making a game. I have a few ideas. I wanted to try and make an RPG Maker game. That was one thing, and then I was also going to do a ROM hack. I've got an idea for a ROM hack I think would be interesting. Not really sure how effective it would be, but I think it'd be interesting. And kind of the problem with, like, I can either make a game or I can stream. And that's kind of where I'm stuck right now, where I've tried to do a little bit of both, and I end up losing time to both, you know? And I'm not really able to do any one thing well. So what I'm thinking is just taking a year off, going on hiatus, finishing out what other videos I have left. I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to get Star Beast's done by then. We just level up. Why not? God damn, people are flying. Pummel. Fuck yes. Yeah, Tony. Fuck, lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm hoping Star Beast will be done, and then Shin Pokemon, the next update, will have a decent amount of time that I can basically get the year to just focus on the things I want to make. And I want to actually sit down and make a video game. That's been a very, very, very long-term goal for me. Like, ever since basically I could walk and, like, play a game, I've been wanting to make one for myself. And I still haven't, after 30 years on this fucking tortured plane of existence. So yeah, it's one of those things, like, I don't really particularly care if it gets popular or if it's big or people like it. You know, obviously I want to make a game could be fun, but, you know, I don't want to, like, I'm not going to try and go and make the next fucking Undertale or something like that. That's like, I don't fucking care about that. But I want to make a game mostly just to get it off my fucking bucket list already, you know, because already getting close to fucking 40. It's coming, you know, and I would like to, like, clear off a few more of my personal goals. So I can either stream and fuck me, do that, or I can try and make a game. So I would like to try and make a game. But you know, it is like I'm not particularly like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not very successful as a streamer. I'm not very successful as a video maker. Like, I think I've got a good rhythm down, and I think I've been slowly and surely gaining viewers and gaining subscribers, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not the most funny guy on the fucking planet. I'm not a hot funny man. I'm not like a Vinny Vine Sauce or a Germa or whatever the fuck. I'm not gonna make it big. And like, I'm kind of aware that, like, most of my fucking viewership comes from one stupid Garfield video I did. I like one playthrough of a fucking Garfield shitpost from years ago that I'm not really sure why people are watching that goddamn thing, but they are. And most of the rest of that is just fucking Pokemon Gen 1 fans who came in to watch Star Beast and shit Pokemon. You know, that's where the bulk of people are from, and then like a little bit of like Warhammer and a little, or not Warhammer, a little bit of Kingdom Hearts and a little bit of Warframe. Oh goddamn! I completely forgot. I've got models I need to paint too. Still, shit. I haven't done that in a long time. You know, it's again one of those things I really wish I had more time to do. I just don't. So I really don't think I'm going to lose that much if I don't stream for it. You know. But I figure I give myself a year, and if I just can't cut it, and I can't figure out how to program properly, and I can't figure out how to make a game in a year, like, I'm not even saying the game has to be done. I just like even get the fucking foot in the door, you know? Like, just get started, get to a point where, like, a playable demo, that's what I want. You know, even if the game's not done yet, if I've got enough to work on and pick through, you know, even if it takes me 5 or 10 years to finish, I'll be fine with that, but I have to have a start, you know? So the playable demo is, like, my big goal. And, if I can't hack it, maybe it's just time. I'm 35 fucking years old. I should have figured out how to be able to code in a fucking computer language by this point. I'm not going to think I'm any kind of fucking bright guy at this point. I've got things I'm good at, kind of, and I've got things I know I'm not good at. And I really should not waste any more time beyond that. Um, so we'll give it a year. If I can't get anything working, okay, we'll just move on with our lives. Oh well. But yeah, let me know what you think about that one. Like, if you're really gonna miss streams or you really like the videos, there's some fucking reason that you can find that you want me to continue streaming instead of trying to like going on hiatus. Just let me know. I'm open to any opinions. Last big thing. I didn't see TennoCon this year. I kind of missed it. I think it showed up on a week that I was out of town, and I was like, oh shit, oh well. I was hoping to do like a viewing party for that, but even if we can't, oh well. And I'm definitely beginning to end up on the fence of like, I don't really want to do any more fucking Warframe, and it's mostly this 1999 shit. Um, I've talked in length about why I'm not a fan of it, and how it's beginning to like taking the world building and grounding it back in our present time, in our present reality, when it was already so like it was so nicely nestled into its own, like it's so far in fiction that it wasn't a problem. Like you had suspension of disbelief, and you had enough weird shit out there that it felt exotic, right? That you could get away with it. But now we have it in 1999, and suddenly we need to like have things make sense. We need to have technology line up. Like it was a big long spiel. I've already said it once. Not really interested in that. And apparently they got more into it in TennoCon. And it's like, I don't want to go through this 90s bullshit, because it's either schlock, right? Like, here's the one thing I can really kind of like, they're gonna pander, right, to nostalgia. They're gonna pander to me because I grew up in the 90s and I remember the 90s, and I can get really excited about the 90s. That's my fucking generation. Um, and then like they can do the funniest thing possible and accidentally mistake a lot of like the cultural things that were going on in like the 80s for the 90s. Like fucking I watched Saltburn, and it was based in like the mid 2000s, and everyone was fucking smoking indoors. Like no one fucking did that shit at that point. And that's the kind of shit they're gonna do in this fucking shit because they're DE, right? God, how much fucking energy I have? God damn. It's fucking DE, and they're gonna completely miss the point. So we're gonna get fucking a bunch of fucking neon fluorescent colors on walls and shit. We're going to get everyone fucking chain smoking and having like giant fucking hair. And we're gonna get fucking IBM microcomputers in like every fucking room, even though by that point everyone had a desktop, like, or like laptops becoming like, it's going to completely miss like what was really prevalent in 1999, which was like this proliferation of fucking um, like this kind of hip hop Latino like vibe, especially to like the rock scene. Because a lot of like Sugar Ray, Goo Goo Dolls, um, even like fuck, I'm forgetting band names. It was like people weren't wearing fucking tracksuits and neon shit at that point, right? Like most people were like almost wearing a lot of black and a lot of leather. Like the Matrix just came out, so the industrial house scene was kind of bleeding into the mainstream for some fucking reason. You know, it is really a weird kind of like um, people were both like really into looking like an action hero and also like looking like they walked off the set of Clerks, you know, that kind of shit. That was the '90s, and I feel like DE is just gonna completely miss it, despite the fact that most of them are my age and grew up in that time period and should fucking remember what people used to wear back then. It's like I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a marketing scheme, and I'm not looking forward to it. And the worst part is it's tied right into the main plot, or like the last main plot, if you can even fucking call it that anymore. Um, and it's going to be necessary to continue what remains of the story. And I'm not at all looking forward to that. Hello, kitty. Can you hear the kitty? I don't know if you can actually hear it. Might be able to hear it rubbing against my. She's nestling in for a nap, I believe. Hello? Oh shit, I'm out of energy. I was like, why can't I summon? Oh, I'm in trouble. Hey, get out of my water. No. Go drink your own damn water. Get off my keyboard. You're being pesty. You're being a pesty girl. So to actually talk about fucking Magi Nation for 10 minutes into an almost hour-long stream now, these... Like, I wonder if I should dust off the fucking Ravage, because, like, the limit to the amount of healing items, or energy restoring items, be more specific. No. I'm gonna thump you. You can... Hey, no. No biting. You've got toys. Go play with your toys. Go kill your mouse. Go kill my fingers. The fact that there's a hard limit on the amount of those that you can carry, like, fucking, okay. We can carry 5 roots, which is like 325 energy, and then 8 of the 15s, which is another 90, and then 8 of the 10s. So we've got about 500-ish ballparking energy that we can restore, assuming we have all of the energy we need to do so. Let's try pummel. Hey, no biting. No biting. No biting. No biting. Bad. And right now we're at 500, but in another couple levels going to be up at 600, or 700. Like, what are we going to do when we've hit the point we can no longer restore a significant chunk of our energy just because of that hard limit on the item, like hard cap on the quantity of items? It's a weird idea, I think is what I'm getting at. Oh, I just wanted to see what Pummel did. I think we can soak her up now. Let's try it again. Oh, Dragon killed himself again. Poor Dragon, I feel like he's cursed. God damn it. Stop with the fucking mirrors. Did it again. Alright, fuck it. I guess I don't need to see it. Again, you get tired. I basically spent all weekend, like, we're bizarrely busy for this time of year. Christ, where am I going? Even though we shouldn't be. Oh god, alright, I need these items. We've been bizarrely busy at work, so I was basically in some very intense trailers, and I think I ended up loading about 8,100. Fuck my ass, really? God damn. 8,100 units of freight. What the fuck? Okay. Which is an insane amount, especially for me, since I'm not usually one of the guys who gets to do that all day. So I'm definitely feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Should be okay. Oops. See, there you go. There's evidence I'm beginning to screw up. Bruv should not be out first. touch mouse. Okay, that's fine. Thanks, kitty. Ow, get. Damn. Oh, I see pummel. We're gonna try pummel. There we go. Yeah, pummel. Yeah. Nice. Get that, please. My face 20 minutes a day. This one's been kind of frustrating. I'm having really fucking no progress. You know? It's hard to, hard to get through here with all these fucking fights. Like, they're just extending the timeout. And then I lose track of where I'm at, and then we have to leave and heal up, come back. It just keeps going over and over and over. The cat attacking my toes. And I'm falling asleep. I forget the fucking puzzle. Yada yada, so forth. Still get zapped even though I have a fucking shield bug. Christ, guys, leave him alone. I don't get the fucking... I don't get it. Oops. Thank fucking God for that. God damn it. I thought I was making progress. It's just more items. Yeah. No. Please learn something, bro. For God's sakes. I don't know, man. I think bro might be up next. When I get a water bottle. That's just fucking. Tony can't escape. Come on. Fuck. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's like 35. Yeah, 30. Yeah, yeah, cool. Hey, get. No. I'm about to go and open a fucking map. This place. I don't know where I'm supposed to. Nah, you know, we're not going back. We're not going back. Fuck that. I bet if we turn this into high speed, we could probably make this a little bit easier. Fucking experience. hypothetically, eventually, we're going to like these fights should be becoming easier, you know, as our levels increase. All this that way. Okay, this is where we ran into what's her face. I have she left. Yeah, this is where we always get hung up. Oh, wait. Oh, see, I keep doing that. I keep dozing off, lose my bearings, accidentally go back the wrong way, get to another fight, lose more energy. Fucking process it. Like this crap. I think I'm just gonna call it. Again, we get to the same place, and I just can't keep my eyes open. Keep getting turned around. So, I mean, we're making like slowly and surely we're making progress. Alright, good idea. See you anyway. So that's the point. I'll see you tomorrow. We can do more Star Beasts. I'm not sure what we'll do Wednesday, hopefully. Maybe more Magic. Because I do want to finish this. Move on to something else sometime this year.